for a second night in a row, and I've just turned my radiator on. So for the next 5-10 minutes you might get some crackle and pops as it heats itself up and heats me up because it's very cold in Scotland tonight. So I've got my cup of tea. I'm not sure if the light's a wee bit too bright. I might adjust it. Hello, Kaylee. Okay, let's see if this... Oh yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, even just that one little notch created some ambiance. Hola. Yeah, it's so nice to be back. I'm seeing a few of the same names as last night. Hiya, Nomad. Daniel says she'll be on later but wanted me to say hi for her. Oh, that's really sweet. I hope you're all good. Yeah, I wasn't lying. This radiator is wanting to get involved, so it seems. I'm here, ready to heat you up. Thank you. Hiya, hey Ashley. Happy New Year. Today is off, so this was a perfect surprise. But I'm really pleased that you were able to join us tonight because I know you were working. Oh, I've actually managed to get some paint on my table. I could just see that there. So I was trying to select what colours to go for next. Back to the big elephant. So for those of you who didn't quite make the stream yesterday, it was very impromptu. I am painting 3 elephants for my little sister, not Frankie. A few people thought I was painting these for my twin, but I have a younger sister, Trinity, and she just turned 22. So I decided to rework these ornaments that I found in a charity shop. Snap, crackle and pop, can you hear it? So yesterday I finished off the grey, and then, oh, I don't know how I like that. I've just seen the gold in this ring light, and I actually don't know if it's a bit too jarring compared to the other colours. I don't know if it's just the ring light, because in this light it looks a lot more muted, like a nice sheen, but it's looking a little bit brassy. Oh, I don't know about that. I've literally just applied that. I'm using a nice big set of 48 acrylic. Some of you liked that trigger word last night, acrylic. I'm using a big 48 set of paints, and I found this gold, thinking it was going to be matte, but it's actually got a really nice metallic sheen, but I'm not sure if it's working with this. I mean, from a distance it looks a bit better. Maybe it's just, I think the ring light is just catching the gold in its entirety, so it's maybe looking a bit much. More important how it looks in natural light than a ring light, yeah. My little sister is not going to be sitting under a ring light. I love elephants so much. Sorry, they're such amazing animals. I love the way you say 22. Thank you. How's Nelly the elephant? Unsure of her adornments. Is that the right word? Okay. I'm not sure whether to just go with it or not. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to... What do you all think? Do you think that gold's a bit much? I think it's a bit much. What colour now? Okay, I think I'm going to maybe go back to this one. No, I can see I've got a little bit of grey on here. Oh, it's all gone a bit Pete Tong. You think it looks amazing? Thank you very much, Mac. Okay. I have all these colours and I'm stumped as to which one to use. Maybe go back to Davy's Grey and finish off the small elephant. Play it safe until I get into the swing of things. Nice colours, I like it. Okay. I have no artistic sense, but yeah, don't say that. I'm sure you do, because I think you're right as well. I would say the gold is a bit much and the more toned down coloured elephant, yeah. I personally think it's in an odd place. Yeah, I think you're alright. Thanks, Raven. I always wanted to ask you how many rolling R's can you get all at once? Shall we put it to the test? Shall we put me to the test? Can you come up with a phrase with as many rolling R's in it and we'll have a laugh? Oh, she's back to streaming. Hello. I like your eyeball pillow. The one behind me. It's watching you. Long socks or short socks? Pink socks. Not gold. The river is rolling around the hills. The river is rolling around the hills. That's a good one. The river is rolling around. How else could we make? Could we make that even more R-filled? I love your earrings, thank you. And these are little angels. It's indeed been a while I've missed this. I've missed it too, and last night when I was streaming I had such a great time. The hours just flew by. And today I woke up with such a buzz from last night, so I wanted to stream again tonight as I finish off these elephants. So yeah, I didn't realise how much I'd missed it too, but I'm really glad to be here. So thank you everyone who's in the stream. I really appreciate you keeping me company. Hi. I popped in to say hi, but gotta get back to work. Hope it's a relaxing, fun stream. Thank you, much appreciated. I hope you have a nice time at work. Back-to-back streams, are we dreaming? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? I'm glad you had fun last night, Kaylee. Yeah, the more I look at it, the gold is just not the one. Can you have a wee think, please? What colours do you think would be suitable? I'll show you. So, yeah, the more I look at it, it's just too jarring. So we've got some really nice, this is called Davy's Grey. This one. And then this colour, kind of like the salmon colour. Yeah, I mixed that up. I still have a little bit left, but basically I'm looking for a colour to go in here, to cover up that gold, to go in here. Can you hear that? And then I do have a darker gold that I'm going to put across the lines and down to create a little bit more of bling bling. But it's like a, I think the problem with this gold is it's too yellow. If it was like a muted colour, it would maybe work. Yeah, can you have a wee think, please, and maybe give me some suggestions? Would purple be too much? I was thinking purple, to be honest, or blue. The thing is with the blue, the grey is almost a blue colour. I was also thinking maybe like a sage green, or like a, I don't know, because the thing is I was thinking of, sorry, this one here. I was going to make the base colour different, so the Big Mama has this pink, and then I was thinking of having, where the pink is on the big boy, putting maybe like a sage green, and then having another colour that goes on both of them. But now I don't know. Oh, sage green is a good show. Thank you for your ASMR. You help me with my insomnia every night. I'm really glad I can help. I'm going sage. Okay. Yeah. So then do I just make both of them the same? Or do I use like a sage? Oh, that could be quite nice. If I went for sage green on this one as well, but then used sage green in the same places that I used sage green on the big one. Sorry, you're getting my thought process here. And then maybe using like a purple. So I've got like a purple one, a pink one, and then sage green on both. That could be quite nice. Orange is a bold suggestion if you'd fancy it standing out. A muted orange could work if it was like a caramelly colour. But my worry is if it was like a bold orange, it would maybe be a bit similar to the gold in that it kind of, it's like a different colour palette, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm on the grey right now. The same colour accent would be a great idea. Hi Shorty, how did you get by painting elephants? Do you mean why am I painting elephants? It's a birthday present for my little sister. She really likes elephants and she's just moved into a new place. And I found these in a charity shop and they were all bashed up. So I thought I can bring them back to life a little bit with a bit of primer, paint and varnish. Upcycle them. That's the word I was trying to think of yesterday and today. Upcycle. There's some really cool little boutiques in Glasgow, little vintage boutiques, and they do a fantastic job of upcycling old furniture. Particularly one in this area called Finniston. And the guy that works there is an eccentric character. He's a lot of fun to talk to. And some of his designs are very beautiful and unique. I love going in and having a wee nosy. Upcycle. I'd like to travel to Glasgow sometime. Glasgow's a nice city. It's very livable. Down to earth. It kind of has everything you need. I've enjoyed being here. That's a nice idea. Congratulations on our birthday. I'll pass on the birthday wishes. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling quite good about that choice. Very livable. I got family there. Have you ever thought about doing Etsy? I would request you can make a crocodile for me. Yeah, I'd love to get more artsy, but I didn't make these, so I actually just bought them. so I wouldn't be able to make a crocodile. I don't have moulds or anything like that, casts. But if you went into a charity shop and happened to come across a crocodile version, honestly, I can't believe my luck. Like I say, I found these two. I mentioned this last night. I feel like it's just a big continuation of the same day, Groundhog Day. I found these two in a charity shop, and then a few days later I was back in another charity shop, and I found this one, and it's very similar but different, almost as if it was meant to be part of the set. And I like when things come in threes, so I grabbed it for, I think it was like £1.50 or something, that one. Absolute bargain. I mean, it was pretty bashed up, but all it needed was a little bit TLC, tender love and care from me. I really hope my little sister likes them. I never used to think I was very good at presents or buying presents. I'd get quite, oh, that's a siren in the distance. I used to get quite stressed out and anxious that whoever I was buying the present for wouldn't like it. So I didn't enjoy buying presents for that reason, just the anticipation of whether they liked it or not. But at Christmas I did pretty well with my little sister. She has just gotten into her cooking, so being 22, you know, she's beginning to experiment with the kitchen. So I got her a mortar and pestle. I bought one for me as well. That's the first time I've ever had one of these. And then I got her some nice olive oil and some sea salt flakes for the mortar and pestle, and a cookbook. I was actually very pleased with that present for her because she really liked it. She was like, "You do listen to me." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, I was saying how I like cooking." I was like, "I know." Bless. It's been really nice, actually. I was saying this the other week, because there's 10 years difference between me and my wee sister, and I left the house when I was 18 and she was only 8. So, you know, a lot of the memories I have of living with her, she was just a wee girl, and with that age difference it's quite hard to relate to each other. But as she's gotten older, especially within the last few years, we've really bonded, and yeah, she's a funny wee character. It's great to see her sort of transforming into a pretty wise young woman, to be honest. I would definitely say she's wise beyond her years. It's nice. Maybe it's the love of elephants that's making her wise. Her spirit animal is the elephant. A notebook is among the safe list of gifts. Yeah, I love a good notebook. Why are people mentioning the elephants in the room? Oh, you can always get me with a good dad joke or pun. I have a brother 6 years older than me. Have you noticed that your relationship's changed a wee bit as you've gotten older? It's not the heat, it's the mileage. True debt, true debt. Okay. I'm at quite a fiddly little bit right now, so I'm concentrating better watch my posture tonight, because after the stream yesterday I felt like Gollum, you know. I had to stretch. That was a little crack. Yeah, get some yoga in afterwards. I do like a wee yoga session before bed. Oh, you're painting. Yeah, I'm painting a little elephant. I'd like to get my paints out a lot more this year. I did one painting last year, which I was pleased about, because before then I hadn't painted anything since lockdown. And before then I hadn't painted anything since high school. So over the last 10 years or so I've not picked up the paintbrush that much, but it used to be something I did all the time. In my final year of high school I studied advanced higher art, so that's like a qualification in Scotland, and it's the highest qualification you can do in high school, so it meant I was in the art studio constantly, because you have like a big portfolio to do, and I loved it. It was probably one of my favourite years of school, because you're in sixth year, you're the big cheese, aren't you? The big cats of the school. At that age, you know, you feel like you know it all. I heard that crack. I know, I'm like, yeah, I better watch. Painting honestly hits a spot in one's brain that's always tricky to reach with other muses. Yeah, I think it's the patience that you've got to have, the concentration. It's peaceful. Okay, I'm just finishing up the grey on the little one, and then I think I'll maybe move on to the sage green. I'm just comparing what we've got here. Right, I'm gonna kneel. Okay. I think so. Yeah, that's where we're at so far. Just seeing if there's any bits I've missed. No, I don't think so. Nope, I think we're ready to go. There's still a little bit of grey though, so maybe I'll do some more grey on this one. So this one, I'm thinking I want to mix, like this one's like a combination of both. So the big one is the pink, grey and green. The little one is going to be the purple, grey and green, and then this one's going to be pink, purple, grey and green. So a combination of all of them. So I'll pop a wee bit of grey and select little places on this one. The eye behind you is giving me the fear. I love that eye. I found it on a Pinterest board years and years ago. But I was just a student at the time, and I think it was like 30 quid or something. So I was like, oh no, that's out of my budget. And then I became a big girl and got my first full-time job and bought myself a fancy pillow. I'll keep it out of your line of sight though, if it's scaring you. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I wonder if the eye is watching us. It's the Eye of Sauron. Who's got the ring? Pink, purple, green, green in a Scottish accent is going to be stuck. Pink, purple, grey, green. It's going to be stuck in my head now. Pink, purple, grey, green. What was the rolling R phrase that I said earlier? We can maybe stick green in there somewhere, some descriptive words. They say elephants have excellent memories, but unfortunately they all remember junk. Oh, dearie me. It was the telephone Chuck Norris joke that actually had me in bits. It's so nice to see you too. That's a very old one then. Do you mean the pillow? Are you saying I'm very old? How dare you? Oh yeah, the river is rolling in the green hills. What's another, what could we say? In the green glen. Okay, there's no R, but it's a very Scottish phrase. Oh no, there's, I think I've been a little bit careless with this one. I'm finding lots of wee mistakes. It could be brown, it could be blue, it could be violet sky. I love that song. That's good old Mika. Okay. I think that I could be a final boss in a Mario game. Oh, I loved the bosses of Mario. They were always just so ridiculous. Like the big block of stone. And it made like that noise when you landed on it. What's the last movie you watched? I watched one over Christmas time. What was it? I watched that, was it Together? Was that the one with James Franco's brother? Is it Dave Franco? I can't remember. It was a bit weird, but then I actually quite liked the ending. What else? Roofman. I watched that over Christmas. It was mad. And the fact it was a true story as well. I like true stories. Oh, what am I talking about? I went to the cinema last week. So that's the last film. I knew I wasn't remembering correctly. I went to go see Avatar 3. I actually went on my own. And I have to recommend going to the cinema on your own. It's quite liberating. I've done it a few times now. So I went to go see Avatar 3. I liked it better than the second Avatar movie. The second Avatar movie felt a bit same in my opinion to the first one, but the third one I thought it kind of brought something new to the table, especially with the fire people, or the ash people, whatever. Oh my god, I loved it. Yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it? I'm honestly happy I didn't see Avatar 3 in IMAX 3D this time. It was enough in regular format. Oh, fair. I watched it in 3D. And it is a long time to be sitting watching 3D, but yeah, I could see why you think that. It also has a very deep integrated meaning in Eastern cultures that I mean anywhere beside the living beings. Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Avatar. Because I was about to say, I feel like Avatar definitely had an integrated meaning. But yeah. Based on a true story. Okay, so not the one where Dave Franco stuck to Alison Brie then. No, so I watched that one, and then I also watched Roofman, which was a true story. So that had, I'm not very good with actors' names. Oh, Channing Tatum and Kristen Dunst. Yeah, I watched that. And then Avatar. Oh, a second live stream. Hello. Last time I went to this Pictures, I seen a 3D movie. It was like a Stevie Wonder. I haven't seen the second one yet. I love 3D movies. My brother isn't a fan of 3D movies in general, so we went to the regular. But the 3D times were way too late for my schedule. Yeah, that's fair. It was so late by the time I got out. The movie started at 7:40, and it was past 11 when I got out. I had to come home and go straight to my bed. What's your favourite movie? I love In Bruges. I love The Man from U.N.C.L.E. What else? To be honest, The Sound of Music. I forgot how much I loved that movie. I was quite ill at the start of December, and I needed some comfort, so I put on The Sound of Music, and I forgot how good it was. I hadn't seen it for years. Very good movie. I like the movie Life is Beautiful, but I can't watch it too much because it's so sad. But very good. What about you? What's your favourite movie, everybody? I'm excited for the new Super Mario movie. I didn't see the first one. Is it worth a watch? I love The Sound of Music. I went to see the new Predator movie by myself. Nothing wrong with it if you have the confidence. Yeah, it's all about confidence, isn't it? When I was single a few years ago, I went to a restaurant in Glasgow for the first time on my own, and yeah, it was pretty liberating. But yeah, you've got to have a wee bit of confidence to do it. If you go and bring a book, that helps. I went to a Stevie Nicks concert in October. She's still going strong. That would have been great. I remember seeing Blondie. I was going to say a few years ago, but it was a while ago now. I was a teenager. But yeah, the band was still going strong then. Oh, I'm not sure. I feel like maybe Debbie Harry was 60 or something at the time. Do you like disaster movies? Not really. Not really. I like movies that are... I do like action movies, like thrillers, or I like psychological thrillers. I like humorous movies. I do quite like dark comedy. That's why I like In Bruges. It's pretty dark at times. I went to Austria a couple of years ago, and you would think The Sound of Music just came out based on all the merch. Oh, I think I'm a bit far behind. Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is funny. Yeah, I like Hot Fuzz. What's Hot Fuzz part of again? Is it the ice cream trilogy or something? It's if you're from outside of the UK, Hot Fuzz is like a classic British movie. It's mental, but I'd recommend it. I found The Sound of Music on DVD at my last library clearance sale. My favourite movie, I'd say, is either Shawshank Redemption, good one, yes, or Indiana Jones 3. I haven't seen that one. I actually saw Bedazzled as well over the holidays, with with Brendan Fraser, like an old late 90s, early noughties film, and it was actually class. I really enjoyed it. And at the end, it was just, yeah, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it was nice. My favourite genres, not so much individual movies, that's fair. They shift with my mood too. Yeah, that, I can understand that. Usually anything depicting realistic emotions in the relationships, especially in dystopian or sci-fi universe. Ah, you and my boyfriend would get on well. He loves dystopian sci-fi stuff. I kind of prefer more like real world movies, like movies where you feel like they could be happening in the real world. But I could appreciate like the sense of escapism and with the fantasy dystopian ones. Mine's the Back to the Future movies. Little Women. Just watched Sunday John Wick 3. Really enjoyed them. The Cornetto triple trilogy. Okay, so I said that Hot Fuzz was the ice cream. Cornetto, which is a type of ice cream. Close. Have you ever watched The Lighthouse? No, I haven't. Does it have anyone famous or well known in it? Are you Scottish? I am, indeed. Shortbread try this Three Stooges for a laugh. My ribs hurt from laughing. My uncle's talked about that movie, but I've never seen it. I'll give it a go. Three Stooges. Actually, I've been watching a lot of movies recently. I watched Trains, Planes and Automobiles recently. I'd seen it before, but I fancied watching it, and it was better than I remember because I was quite young when I watched it. Yeah, that's such a heartwarming movie. Good evening from Croatia. Hello. Have you seen Eternal Sunshine? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? If not, so which ones do I need to watch? I need to do Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and The Lighthouse. Okay. The Lighthouse and Eternal Sunshine of the I don't know why that's such a mouthful. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It sounds a wee bit like a Sherlock Holmes story. I love Hong Kong. But I'm weirdly in a Bollywood phase at the moment. I've not seen that much Bollywood. But considering I might be going to India in February, maybe I'll watch one on the plane if I go. You look like Faye Webster. I've never heard of that person, but I get quite a lot of lookalikes. I've been told that I look like, you know, the girl with the dragon tattoo, the Swedish version. I've been told I look like her. And then Underworld, there's somebody I've been told I look like. I have a twin as well, so there's definitely someone I look like. That used to happen at university, actually. I didn't really tell a lot of my friends at first that I had a twin. Frankie and I did different subjects. She studied law and Spanish. And I remember in first year I came out of the toilets and my friend had been standing, the other way around, I'd been standing at the door of the lecture. My friend came out the toilets and she said, "Oh my God, Josette, I've just seen your doppelganger. There's a girl in the toilets that looks just like you." And I was like, "Is it my twin by any chance?" And she was like, "What? I didn't know you had a twin." And yeah, it turns out it was Frankie. Yeah, that's happened quite a lot. Oh, that sounded like it came from the roof. Santa Claus is back. If you watch The Kite Runner, no, I've not heard of it. I'm liking this movie chat. Have you seen Office Space? No, I've not. Cult classic comedy. I'm gonna have to go. See you later, Raven. Greatest movie of all time, Land Before Time. Oh, I loved Land Before Time when I was a kid. Haven't seen it for years. I really liked Land Before Time 5. I don't know what it was about it, but yeah, that was one of my favourites. The first one was good but so sad. Yeah. If you watched that, did you watch Watership Down? That was about the rabbits. That was quite harrowing at times as well. Are you left-handed and is your sister left or right-handed? No, I'm right-handed, but it'll look like I'm left-handed because you're seeing a mirror image. A mirror image. Hello there, General Kenobi. I am the coffee addict. Got started on a movie called Raja Hindustani. Bougie girl falls in love with a taxi driver. Parents aren't happy and do everything to tear them apart. Some wacky stuff, some evil villain stuff. That sounds like a right D drama. V for Vendetta. Yeah, that was a good one. I watched that a long time ago. Postures, Rosette. Yeah, you're right. I know oh, nice stretch. Oh. Right, okay. I'm going to tilt this up slightly. Oh. Okay. And that will encourage me to keep my back straight. I've been getting a massage quite frequently over the last couple of years. I didn't realise how tight my shoulders and neck and back were until I started going. And the masseuse was quite alarmed at how tight I was. And I still get it. They still kind of make comments, especially when I go to a new masseuse. And I think a lot of it's to do with from playing the violin, and particularly when I was like maybe feeling the pressure, feeling stressed, performance anxiety, and you tense up when you're feeling anxious. And if I'm playing violin whilst I'm feeling nervous, it's going to accumulate a lot of knots and tension. So I've been going to the Thai massage place maybe every 2 to 3 weeks for the last few years, and I'm still kind of working out the knots. But I would highly recommend, if you've not been to the masseuse in a while, or if you've never been, give it a go. It really helps with your general health. Like, your body's so interconnected, and I was finding that releasing knots on my back, I was feeling in my legs and my feet. And sometimes if you've got pain in your body, it's actually because of tightness elsewhere, but you don't realise. And a lot of the time, pain in your back is related to it's related to tightness in your chest, which I didn't realise as well. So playing the violin, there's a lot of tightness here. So when your muscles contract and become stiff, other parts of your body have to like compensate, which can create tension there too. So yeah, get stretching or treat yourself to a wee massage and loosen up. You deserve it. We all do. Oh, this is quite a tricky wee bit. There we go. New ASMR trigger, Shorty's back cracks. I'm sure there would be an audience for that. Oh no, I think I went a little bit too far down on that one. Oh, Shorty's wrist cracks now. Are you telling me to go to a masseuse? I am telling you to go to a masseuse hands. Your body will thank you for it. Bloody Gollum, that crack was loud. Hi Shorty, I hope you're well. I wish people wouldn't be so generous with colds and sharing a respiratory virus with me. Well, that's a lot of ours, a respiratory virus. Your sleep-related ASMR videos with the meds have helped. I'm really glad I can help you there, John. Hope you get better soon. I've never been to one and my back is real bad. Give it a go. I really think you'll benefit, though once is not usually enough. You usually have to get a schedule on the go, particularly at the beginning, because a lot of the time this muscle pain is to do with compensation, like I say, your body compensating for tightness in other areas. So even if you massage out some knots, often they come back if you're not doing anything different. So as well as getting a massage, try and stretch, do a bit of yoga. Knots are very painful, aren't they? I had a massage like that once, never again. I kind of like it. Like if the masseuse is too soft, I say, can you go a bit harder? Because I like to really feel the knots getting worked, but I'm a bit of an inexperienced massage goer. Like I say, I've been going the last few years, so you do build a tolerance to the pain. But I could appreciate that it's quite a lot for your first time, especially if you're not expecting it. And some styles of massage are a lot more rough than others, like a Thai massage. But if you get a Swedish massage, then you might find that to be a little bit more manageable. I've become Hurricane John with my sneezing. Oh, bless you. I'd like to get a chiropractor and massage, but any work they do would be instantly negated by my work. Are you still working in Lidl, Nomad? Do you think you could play the final part of Babbo O'Reilly on your violin? I actually don't know what that is. But if it's like from a movie score or something, maybe I'd know it. Yeah, we still have a Blockbuster here that I know of. You still have a Blockbuster. I used to go every Saturday with my mum when we were about 12 years old. 11, 12, we'd go and pick one movie and a PlayStation 2 game. And we'd keep the PlayStation game for a week and try and complete it as fast as we could. And I remember we rented a game, and it comes with the box, and in the box was the manual, and somebody had taken the time to write out all the cheat codes in the manual. So we had the best time. It was like unlocking some treasure or something. This was for, I think it was The Sims Urbs on PlayStation or something like that. But yeah, we used to go and rent all the games, like The Simpsons Hit and Run. I think we rented that a few times. I bought my first PS2 at Blockbuster. I think I've still got mine. Definitely the calf massage. Yeah. I might have to go to the masseuse after tomorrow because of tonight and last night. Can you give a shout out to Scar, please? Absolutely. Sending all my best to Scar. I'm 33 and sometimes I struggle to put on my socks in the morning. Oh, Hans, get yourself the massage parlour or masseuse or whatever. And then let me know how it goes. I hope you feel like a new person afterwards. Please play the violin. I actually don't have my violin with me at the moment. It's down in Newcastle. But I'd like to do something with my violin soon in an ASMR video, because I've started creating ambient music now to complement some of my videos, and I thought it'd be nice to do a more visual ASMR music thing, project, whatever, where I'm playing relaxing violin music, ambient music, and record it visually so that you can see. I think that'd be really nice. I'm 22 and same for me. Yoga's really good. I've been doing that for about a year and a half now. I used to dislike yoga. I thought it was too slow, but turns out there's lots of different types. You can take it really slow, or you can go quite fast. I went to a class recently, and the woman was zooming through the yoga poses. I was working up such a sweat, but she was really good. Ever try acupuncture, Shorty? I've been to China several times, and I would think you would have been exposed. So I'm actually quite squeamish, to be honest. I'd like to try it because my cousin had some recently for her back, her shoulder particularly, because she carries a big handbag at work, and she takes her straighteners to work every day. So she's got the biggest bag, like Mary Poppins. So she went to the Chinese medicine place near her to get some acupuncture, and she said it was like night and day, the difference. But I'm not sure how I would cope, because for me it's like a mental thing. The thought of injections or blood, it kind of makes me feel a bit faint. Even though it's not that invasive, it's still kind of a similar idea. So I don't know how I would manage. I'm getting better though. But yeah, I don't know if I'd want to waste my time like that. for my money, I guess. Sitting down and seeing the first needle coming towards me and be like, nope, nope, nope. Have you had it? And if so, what's it like? Would you recommend it? I've never had a massage. Give it a go. No, it doesn't hurt. You don't have to get it proper strong. You could just go and ask them to be gentle. You really do have control of the pressure. We're working on cars in Texas. Oh, thank you very much, James. I saw a chiropractor before my spinal surgery, kinda unsure about now. I have screws and plates in there. Worried about bursting out and killing the chiro. The Terminator. Foam rolling, yeah, that's a good one. Good job. Oh, thank you very much. Some really lovely comments tonight. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I'm quite far behind. Oh, I'm still talking about massages. You're probably fed up. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you? Oh my god, I've been sleeping to your ASMR videos for years, and first time catching you live. You're absolutely wonderfully, amazingly awesome. Oh, thank you so much. It's an absolute Sean Connery tonight. It's an absolute pleasure to have you in the stream, and I'm glad you could join. Oh no, I've got a wee bit too much on my brush. I think that's why I was avoiding this elephant, because the lines are much more fine than the other two, a bit more intricate. So I think my eyes went cross-eyed there. Intricate. I was trying to give you a trigger word. I'll just do a little bit of a stretch right now. Oh. Can you hear that? That's those knots that I was talking about. Let's move on from massage. Come on, let's not talk about that any longer. You're going to be bored. Posture, Rosetta. No. What is in your hand? This little elephant. Yeah, Shorty is an oldie, but goodie for me for years. That was my shoulders. Yeah. Okay. Had acupuncture several times. I thought I was pretty meh. Okay for pain management, but so for muscle stiffness. Okay. And I got it for dodgy stomach in hospital in China, but it didn't really help. Okay. Thank you for sharing your experience. Just want to thank you for all your great videos. Thank you. Apart from providing the most tingles of any ASMRist. That is a comment and a half. They're also a great reference for I'm struggling tonight. For accent acquisition. People believe I'm Scottish now. That's brilliant. Where are you from yourself? What kind of accent do you have originally? Because the Scottish accent I don't think is that easy to copy, so well done. Do you recommend living in Scotland? I do, actually. Well, to be honest, just Glasgow. Unless you're really into the countryside and nature, then you can find some beautiful spots to live if you're happy with the remote living. Yeah, there's some gorgeous places to move to, but in terms of like cities, for me personally, Glasgow's favourite. I do love how beautiful Edinburgh is, but I find it, because it is so catered to tourists, sometimes it's quite difficult to get like a community feeling in Edinburgh. Yeah. Oh, your voice has already put me to sleep, but I also want to watch you. Well, if you do drift off, then sweet dreams. Living in Scotland must be wild, just dragons, castles and flowers everywhere. Yes, and everybody wears kilts, and we have haggis running loose in the Highlands, so you've got to be aware. Love Glasgow, Edinburgh is nice but bloody expensive. True that. Yeah. A collab with visual sounds for a strong accent video. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, definitely faking the accent. She's from Alabama. I'm not going to do any more of my Alabama accent. You got me. Somebody commented that actually recently. I don't believe you're Scottish. You're just putting on an act. To be fair, I think it'd be mighty impressive if somebody did that for an entire channel. I couldn't do it. I'm pretty awful at mimicking accents. I lived in Newcastle for 5 years and I cannot do the Geordie accent at all. Though I will say that one's particularly hard. But no, I'm not very good. Last night I tried to do the Liverpudlian accent, if you were around, and that was embarrassing for everybody involved. Do people say feckin' a lot, like the movie Banshees of Inisherin? No, that's more of an Irish thing. Oh no, I'm definitely being messy with this one. I've just got a little smudge on the foot, but I could clean that up. Maybe it'll come off now if it's still wet enough. Haggis and unicorns. Oh no, I think that's an old. No, is it coming off? When I was visiting the university in Edinburgh, I honestly paid so little mind to the tourists since I was getting hopeful about the school again. And it felt familiar, but no, that's cool. That's really cool. I loved being a student in Edinburgh. It's a great student city. Yeah, it's very, very much catered to students and tourists. I mean, I still like going. Had haggis for the first time last spring. It was delicious. I do like haggis. I really like haggis on beef burgers. So that's what you call a Balmoral burger. I would recommend if you're into that kind of thing, a Balmoral burger. I used to have it at uni. They would sell them for £5 at the student union. It's funny what you remember. And that was my treat of the week. Oh, I'm quite far behind again. I'm a messy person too. Hey, I got into ASMR because of you. Cheers from the south of France. That's cool. How did you come across the channel? I always am curious how people find ASMR, because for me I was recommended. It was a suggestion from my sister, which I talked about last night. She told me to give it a go. Otherwise I don't know if I would have found it. So I'm always curious as to how people stumble across the wonderful world of ASMR. Greetings from Finland. Sending a big hello to you in Finland. I'd like to visit there one day. As a Scot, do you think any of the Outlander cast have a fake sounding Scottish accent? Not that I've really noticed. They all have very different Scottish accents, I will say. They all have a range of accents. So you'll have one character speaking with a West Coast accent, some from kind of like the Highlands. Jamie, he's got quite an interesting accent. But you know, I think they're all pretty solid. They've all done a really good job with their accents. I think they do have quite a lot of actual Scottish people cast in that TV show. Love your smile. Oh, thank you. Got to hop off so I don't sleep because it's 5 PM my time. But I really love your channel and glad you caught your live for once. Thank you very much, Pampa. I wish you a year full of joy and love right back at you. I hope that you and everybody has a truly wonderful year. I know 2025 for a lot of people that I've spoken to was one of a lot of changes. I think a lot of people experience changes or quite significant things happening. Not everyone, that's maybe a mad generalisation, but I have spoken to quite a few people who found it to be a bit of an unprecedented year. Myself included. I will say it was a colourful one. A colourful year. Outlander is so good. Well, I was stressed as you are, and then I searched relaxing videos and found ASMR. And obviously Gentle Whispering was the first. Our towel folding and crinkly shirts video when I was 19. 33 now. Wow. You're an ASMR veteran. Oh, it sounds like my flatmate's choking. Or just a little cough. I hope she's alright. I found ASMR when I was 12 and I'm 22. Oh wow, you've grown up with it then. That's cool. I was 22 when I found ASMR. Wow, 10 years. 10 years I've been watching ASMR. I experienced tingles for the first time when I was probably around 5 years old, and would experience tingles sporadically throughout my life up until I realised what it was, and it was this ASMR response. So I was delighted when I felt the tingles after that first video. It was kind of like unlocking something that I kind of forgot about, and that I didn't really know what it was. I just knew certain things over the years now and then, particularly like movies, movie scenes, like the scene in Edward Scissorhands when the mum is patching up Edward Scissorhands' face with the Avon makeup, and she's like, it's very close up and quiet, and I think quite a few people have, or maybe not quite a few, but there have been some that have recreated that scene on YouTube. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up my mistake here. Sorry, I think the water's flowing in my flat right now. Sorry if you could hear a little bit of noise. Greetings from Mexico, Sharpbread. Big fan of your work and music. Also love your accent. Thank you. I'm going to take my slippers off. I think they're restricting the blood flow slightly. I think I really got into ASMR from watching relaxing vlogs of Japan and people singing covers of K-pop songs. Oh, that's cool. I remember tingles the first time when I was in 2nd grade. The little girl in front of me was always gently playing with her hair, and the shivers shot through my spine. Yeah, playing with your hair, that used to give me tingles when you'd sit down and the teacher was either reading a story or teaching something, and you'd be sat there around the teacher's chair, and a lot of the girls in the class would play with each other's hair. And it was always such a treat if you had a friend behind you having a go at your hair and you just sit there like yeah, good memories. Oh, I think my flatmate's in the shower right now, so if you're hearing a wee bit of noise, then that's what it is, so don't be alarmed. It's not a ghost. I found ASMR totally by accident in my recommended feed and haven't looked back since. It's been a part of my everyday life. Yeah, I always think it's great that people took a chance on ASMR. Edward Scissorhands is a good movie. Oh, I'm quite far behind in the comments. I talked about that a while ago. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up a little bit. My grandma's very soft-spoken, so when she was teaching me to paint, her soft-spokenness just insane tingles. I prefer soft-spoken compared to other whispers. For me, I like a mixture. I like when the ASMR artist is speaking and then comes close up and whispers, and then goes back to having like a more soft-spoken voice. Some people on YouTube manage to do it very well. I really enjoy Tingle Storm ASMR's soft-spoken whispers because she's got quite a lower frequency sound within her voice. Timbre, is that the word? It's spelled Timbre. Timbre. Yeah, she's got like a nice low resonance with her voice, and there's like a slight echo, but not too much, just like enough that the reverb kind of sends tingles down your spine. That's what I'm into. I came across your I came across your channel on January the 1st. Well, Happy New Year and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, sticking around and being part of this wee stream tonight. It's really nice to have you. Oh, it's nice to have you all. Yeah, this one's really fiddly. Oh, sorry. Do you mind? I'm just going to have a wee stretch. You can join me if you like. Okay. Oh. That wasn't my back, that was my knuckles. If this kind of thing makes you feel squeamish, then I'm sorry. Should I turn the mic off? Can I do that? Oh, I don't want to mess with anything. I'll leave it because me and technical difficulties. Grr. Speaking of Edward Scissorhands, I liked how Winona Ryder, it's going away. Ryder talked about positive experience with that movie. Well, it's a bummer that she didn't give Johnny Depp a shout out like her other co-stars. They dated back in the day, didn't they? Maybe she's still a bit sour. No, that's me just putting words into her mouth. Let's not hearsay. Your voice is nice. It's a very syrupy clop of pebbles gently running into each other underwater. What a lovely simile. I have some Scots in me because my family's from Derry, Northern Ireland. Oh, technical difficulties is the unofficial motto of live streams. It is indeed. Is there a story behind why you're painting an elephant? Yes, yes. Thanks, Kaylee. It's for my wee sister. She loves elephants, and I was in a charity shop. Sorry, I'm stretching up here. And I came across these little ornaments and I decided to upcycle them. I think my first ASMR trigger was my mum's whispers waking me up in the morning. Oh, that's a nice memory. I later realised I triggered my ASMR by tapping different things. Rambles and tap-ins are still my favourite today. Is that so? What do you think of this mug for the trigger sounds? Don't worry, I'm not going to gush over my mug again. I've talked about how much I love it a few times now. I love scratches. Or if we tap on the elephant, I need to be careful I don't tap on the paint that's drying. It sounded like you broke bones instead of stretching muscles. I'm a very clicky-clacky person, so don't be alarmed, I'm used to it. I've been preferring soft-spoken recently. Been putting on some of the French Whisperer. Oh yeah, he does very interesting and niche history topics. Like when rooms and houses started becoming a regular thing. Derry, do you know Erin and Orla? I liked how Winona Ryder mentioned that she didn't even know what streaming services Netflix were until she was cast as a major protagonist in Stranger Things for both of her major interviews. Yeah. She must just, yeah, I suppose, do other things. I don't watch a lot of TV myself. It's sometimes nice to be a little bit out of touch. I love your hair now. Oh, thank you. I could definitely see you, Sharpbread, in the world of Lord of the Rings. What would I be? A dwarf? Like Gimli? A wee Scottish companion? Nah, I think I'd like to be an elf. That's a fabulous mug. Don't get me started with that mug. I love it so much. I'm going to talk about it again because you brought it up. But I got it at a craft fair, and it was handmade. Or yeah, it's one of a kind. My first trigger was my mother or English grandmother brushing doing my hair as a toddler. Yeah, brushing hair or hair brushing videos, even in real life, it's such a treat. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out what colours to do this. Here to study geophysics. Are you studying and listening to the stream? I used to do that when I worked in an office. I'd have ASMR playing on a tab and have it hidden so nobody knew I was listening to ASMR whilst I was doing data analysis. Nobody will ever know. How will they know? Nobody will ever know. You could do an April Fool's video, ASMR long bread, alter ego, where you pop balloons, fireworks, and primal screams like Yoko Ono into the mic. I think I remember Matty Tingles. I think it was Matty Tingles. I think he did an ASMR video where he did something like that, screamed into the mic on April Fool's Day. And I remember seeing on Twitter, I think he lost quite a few subs for doing that. I mean, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that, settling in for an ASMR video and having your eardrums intruded like that. Do you like football? Not really, but I'd like to go and see a football match. I've seen one before, but it was a long time ago. But I'd really like to see Newcastle United, because I support them, and yeah, the fan base are very loyal. So yeah, kind of. Yeah, those couple of seconds triggered my ASMR immediately. I sing your praises for a reason. Here to say you're the best. Oh, thank you very much, Elise. Is that how you say your name? Thank you for all your videos. That's really appreciated. Oh, 2 nights in a row, we must stop meeting like this. We meet again, Mr. Bond. My mind literally won't stop running, and your stream is helping a lot. Thanks. You're most welcome. I hope your mind gives you a wee break soon. Remember, you're not your thoughts. That's what my mum says to me. You're not your thoughts. Sometimes the more we fight our thoughts, the more they come back. I found recently, if I kind of just allow the thoughts to come, take a look at them, and then just let them go, they seem to pass a lot faster than if I kind of fight to eliminate them. Because it's not usually, for me personally, the thoughts that are the problem. It's if I entertain the thoughts and start feeling them in my body and feeling the emotion associated with the thoughts. So yeah, next time a thought that you don't like comes, just look at it, think that's okay, not for me today, I don't need to take this on. Maybe that'll help, I don't know. Sometimes it helps for me. I'm finding that with practice you really can clear your mind. I remember quite a few years ago now, I was speaking to my dad because my mum had said to me that she could just like go walking down the street, sit on the bus, and nothing is going on in her head, absolutely nothing. She can go for a wee extended period of time. A wee extended, I don't know if that makes sense, but go for an extended period of time with nothing going on in her mind. And when she said that to me, I thought, what? Really? I've constantly got some narrative in my mind, some stream of thoughts. Always. How could you have no thoughts? I just didn't understand it, and I spoke to my dad, and him and I are quite like-minded in a lot of ways, and he was of the same mind as me, quite literally, that he has a lot of thoughts constantly. And at the time I just kind of shrugged it off and accepted that we're just different. But as I've tried to become more mindful recently, I've tried to practice and train myself to have moments of, sorry I'm clicking away here, have moments of just peace and quiet in my mind. And faster than I thought, I was able to get the hang of it. I went for a walk tonight, for example, and I was just walking down the street, looking at the trees, just looking. For me, it's easier if I've got things to look at, and I can go for a longer period of time now if I've got something to hold my gaze, and I'm not thinking anything. And it's very nice to have that ability now, but it does take practice. Partner and the dad say they can't imagine things, like they close their eyes and their mind is totally blank. That's the same as my mum, and there's a special term for it. It's called aphantasia, because my mum realised this. I think I was in the last year of my primary school, so I was about 11 or 12, and she'd picked me up from school one day and she said, "Josette, picture an apple. Can you do it?" And I said, "Yeah, I can see an apple in my mind's eye." She was like right there. I was like, "Well, no, but it's like you can see it. You know it's there." And then she said, "I can't do that." So, okay. And I think there'd been a conversation at work or something, and she realised that people could do this thing that she couldn't. And a few years later, she realised that it's this thing called aphantasia. And now she's part of a Facebook group with lots of people who are, I don't know, aphants. It's a smaller percentage of the population, but it's a thing. And my mum seeks comfort in knowing that there's a term for it and that she could kind of connect with other people. And because for years, for her, when people would say, "Oh, do you remember this? Do you remember that?" and she just thought she had a terrible memory. But for me, I could remember things quite specifically because I could see it in my mind's eye, and I could say, "Oh yes, I was there, and that person was with me, and that conversation was had." So I'm able to pinpoint memories, whereas my mum just has feelings. And yeah, it's fascinating. It really is fascinating how it all works. Living in the present, focusing on what you're doing right now, like painting elephants. Yeah, these sweet elephants. I haven't named them yet. Do you want to name them for me, everybody? Somebody said Nelly the elephant at the beginning, but I'm sorry, it's a bit too obvious. So, rejected. We've got 3 elephants to name. The big mama, the baby elephant, and then actually there's 2 kind of the same size. This one's smaller. Taking a walk in nature is peaceful. Yeah. Hey Brian. I just found your channel so relaxing, helped me in dark times. Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. I'm really glad I could bring you a wee bit of comfort. I remember getting strange tingles watching a teacher of mine flipping pages of books. He used to do it so gently and gracefully. Really now. Gave me peace. Now I know it was kind of ASMR. Yes, it definitely was ASMR. What have we got here? How's that doing it for you? Oh, that book is dusty. I'm seeing all the dust fly off. Oh no, I better not get it on the paint. Flipping pages of books used to do it so gently and gracefully. I'm trying my best to emulate that. Oh no, that wasn't very graceful. That was a bit hectic. Let's just put that away. I'm here to paint elephants. I hear a song as if it's been played on a speaker, same key. Are you pitch perfect, Iron Dragon? Hey David, same, I found your channel just now too. Oh really? Like right now? I never usually think that newcomers come to my stream. I usually have had the impression that it's usually, how many times can I say usually? I get the impression that it's mainly people from my current subscribers that join the stream, but last night I noticed, I think there was like 30 people that subscribed after watching the stream, so it's really cool. Maybe the algorithm's changing how it pushes streams. Hello from Iowa. Iowa, me too. I've got 2 Iowas in the chat. Where are we all from actually? We have 216 people chilling on this fine Tuesday evening, or wherever you are in the world. It could be the afternoon, the morning. Are you sitting having your first coffee of the day? I had 2 cheeky coffees today. I felt I deserved it. Where are we all from? Netherlands present. Hello. Is that how you say hello in Dutch? Is it just hello? France, Istanbul, Turkey, USA. Being Scottish, I'm biased, but the Scottish accent is so good for ASMR, especially East Coast and Highland. I'm Southwest, so I don't have a strong accent. Yeah, I agree. I'm quite pleased to be Scottish, and it's the rolling R's and the hard consonants. Where else have we got? Chile, Birmingham. I'm going to stretch. Anyone from the Tampa Bay area in Florida? Texas. American down in Suffolk. Oh, how are you finding the UK? Have you been here for a while? It's hello. Hello, I think. Loch Winnoch, Renfrewshire. Oh, thank you, James. James, Eye of the Tiger. I was obsessed with the Rocky when I was a teenager. I kind of used to go through obsessions. And when I was 15, my mum bought us the Rocky, me and my twin, the Rocky box set. Because a few months previously, the Eye of the Tiger had been playing in the car and me and my sister were singing along. And my mum said, oh, that's from the Rocky movies. And I'd never watched Rocky. So I kind of said, oh, that's cool, but I've never seen it. So a few months later, lo and behold, Mum bought us the Rocky, sorry, that wasn't me, that was the floorboards. She bought us the Rocky box set. And then for about 5 weeks in a row, because it was only up to Rocky 5 at that point, we would watch a Rocky movie on the Sunday night in Mum's bed. It was really nice. And I developed a fierce love for Sylvester Stallone. I loved that man so much. I then got a Rocky school bag, a Rocky poster. I drew little boxing gloves on my shoes. I was obsessed. I thought he was bee's knees, his legs and his arms. Adrian. Oh no, oh no, whoops. I think I've made a mistake. Or have I? It's hard to tell. Where else? Australia, Russia, Cologne, Germany, Bosnia, Birmingham, American in Porto, Alberta, Hiya, Oregon. I'm from sunny Troon, Argentina. Oh wow, we're all over. Perth, New Orleans, Northeast England, Rhode Island, South Africa, Germany, but not German. Okay. Oh wow, so many people. hey, how are you? Did you enjoy your festive? Yeah. In effect, yeah, I really did. I had a nice Christmas time. Watching from Dundee. My wee Dundee. Hello. Say hello to my hometown for me. Livingston. I love Rocky, but I do find myself wishing he'd stop blocking his face every time I see the films. Stop blocking with his face. Oh, right, I see. Sorry. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. He really did give himself a hard time, didn't he? Sorry, I'm a bit confused here because on this elephant there's like that curl and it curls in and then the other part just spirals out. But on the other side it's kind of like a dot. So I started dotting it and then I realised it's meant to be the same. But not. So I'm not sure. I might just... I mean, my little sister's not going to be inspecting it, is she? I mean, if she does... Ah, well. There's beauty in imperfection. If you've never drunkenly ran upstairs humming the Rocky tune or said in a bad Russian accent, if he dies, he dies, then I don't know if you've lived. If he dies, he dies. Yeah, Ivan Drago was the man. I mean, I don't need to be drunk to run up the stairs singing the Rocky theme tune. I'd do it sober. Michigan, Romania, we've got Bradford West, where else? San Jose. Do you have any idea who Anna Lapwood is? No, I don't. I keep mixing up words. Fan of Andy Robertson. I've never heard of them. Do you know any Spanish? I'm curious about how the Scottish accent sounds in Spanish. My twin sister speaks fluent Spanish. She studied Spanish at uni and lived in Madrid for a year. I don't really know much Spanish. ¿Dónde es la biblioteca? Where is the library? What else? ¿Dónde está la fiesta? Where is the party? I don't know, I'm probably butchering that. I know people say it doesn't exist. We don't speak about it, but I'm actually pretty fond of Rocky 5. Really? No, I'm only joking. Sue me for what? Sue me for what? It's not bad, but because I was watching them in a row, the contrast between Rocky 5 and the first 4, like Rocky 4 was awesome. Yeah, I couldn't get behind it. And he didn't have like a big fight scene, he punched the guy at the end, if I remember correctly, and it was like a really weird Hollywood punch, and it was a bit lame. I like the Creed movies. I actually really enjoy them. That ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Sounded super Scottish. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Oh, thank you very much, Ryan. I rewatch Rocky 4 once a year. I haven't seen it in a long time. I'd like to see it again. Right, how am I getting on? I'm actually going so slow again tonight, but that's okay. There is no rush. Yeah, it's not even my fault. It's not even my fault. The pattern on each side isn't identical. Yeah. It's okay. made sense that he fought poorly in 5. He's meant to be older and not really wanting to do it anymore. No, I know, but Stallone was my man. He was my man. I wanted to see him rough someone up. Chicken korma, still your favourite food, Shorty? Actually, I mean, yeah, I still love it, but the other day I went to the little shop near me, and it's run by this guy from the Middle East, and he's got fruit and vegetables outside, and he had these big looking bananas, and I was like, they look like big looking bananas. So I bought some. I picked them up and took them to the counter, and as he was weighing them, he was like, you know these are plantain? I was like, yes, I know they're plantain. Now I have had plantain before, but I hadn't realised. I did think they were just big bananas. So I took them home after buying them, and I was like, what do I do with these? And I had sweet potato, so I thought, you know what, they've got like this sweet taste to them, so maybe there's something that could be done with both. And then I found this really awesome sweet potato and plantain taco recipe, and I had some spring onion as well, and cracked an egg and created like this dough. Oh my god, it was so good. So good. It was a really happy mistake. I should have just owned that, eh? Like, no, I know it's plantain. What a liar. Apparently plantain's more nutritious. I did my research afterwards. I was like, I will know the ins and outs of this fruit. Is plantain a fruit? Yeah, I would assume so. Just a different type of... Same family. This is the first time I'm sending messages through, and I want to say I think you're one of the classiest ASMR artists. Oh, thank you, but you don't know me in real life. No, thank you very much. That's sweet. The Creed movies are great. Still haven't gotten on to the third one with Jonathan Majors yet though. It takes a slightly different turn. It's a bit darker, but I liked it. Though apparently Stallone didn't want to get involved in that one because it was too dark. And Stallone is quite an old school Hollywood cheesy man, isn't he? But we love him for it. Shortbread do create paintings on canvas. Yes, I do. I showed one of mine actually last night, and I painted on a canvas board last year. I did a painting. It was fun getting back into it because I said earlier in the stream it'd been a wee while since I sat down with my paintbrush and had a lot of me time. Have you ever watched The Dark Crystal? No, I haven't. From Philadelphia. Oh, you're great. You've helped me very much. Thank you very much, Jason. I'm really glad I could help. Oh, I'm quite far behind. I'm fighting to stay awake. Oh, you can do it. Nah, go to sleep if you need to. Let your wee brain rest. I love to grill plantains. Do you still make music with your sister? Not at the moment. It was really taking up too much of my time, and it wasn't paid like a full-time job or anything. I wasn't getting enough to sustain myself, so I've taken a wee bit of a break, and so we could pursue our own things at the moment. So yeah, we're on a bit of a hiatus, break, whatever. There's some words that I really struggle to pronounce. I'm an artist too, Shortbread. Oh, what do you like to paint? What kind of stuff do you do? And what medium do you use? Do you use acrylic, like what I'm using? I tend to use acrylic. Yeah, what do you like to paint? Oh, do you like Beastie Boys? Yeah, I think I know one or two tunes. Yeah, they're decent. I wouldn't say I've listened to that much, but yeah, I like all music, to be honest. I've got quite a varied range and stuff I listen to. An eclectic mix. I love oil painting. I've never actually painted with oil paints. I'd like to try though, but I hear they're quite messy, so I'd like to have a more permanent setup, like a garage space or a messy room, a room I could get a bit messy with paints. But I've just been painting in my living room here, and I've dropped my paintbrush even a few times painting these, and I've got a yellow rug, and I've had to scrub to get the paint away. I'm a bit of a messy pup. Me too, I love Fleetwood Mac, Aerosmith and the Beatles, says Kaylee. Yeah, they're all excellent bands. What are you painting? A little elephant ornament for my wee sister. So it's been sanded, primed, and I painted this. It's a bit bright in the ring light, but it's kind of like an off-white mushroom colour in the this is not natural light, but in real life, in the real world. I'm the #1 oil hater. It's so uncomfy to have some on your finger, is it? I do love acrylic. It's just so easy to work with, in my opinion. She says as she makes a mess of this little part. Oh, I hear a siren. I love the Beatles. Shortbread, I appreciate all that you do. Oh, I have you on my Spotify in the background while I play Elden Ring. Definitely soothe away my frustrations. Thank you. I don't know, but I know enough to know you're talented in my music. Thank you. Used to travel to China for work and no Chinese, and got stuck in Turkey when Rona started. That was my first video of yours. I remember filming that video. Yeah, I said it last night, it's really cool having a channel that I guess, I talk about my life within, like the videos, because when I watch older videos, I forget what I've said in my videos. So it's really like a little insight, a wee trip down memory lane when I watch an older one and see a snapshot of what my life was like. And I feel like I've really taken you on a journey with my videos. I mean, yeah, I filmed all over at this point. So it's so nice to have had that kind of sense of companionship. It really does feel like that sometimes, like purpose. When I used to set up in the corner of my hotel room in China and film, and then when I filmed in Istanbul, and then last year when I filmed in the swimming pool of that Indian hotel, and then I filmed in Portugal. I've been very lucky. Okay, been nearly 2 hours and I've only done the grey. Is that a nice sound? Just cleaning my paintbrush. How long do you play violin and what are your favourite songs? I've been playing since I was 9 years old. And favourite songs for the violin, or in general? To play on the violin, I don't really play songs. I play a lot of my own stuff, or like improvise over electronic music tracks. So that's kind of what I've been doing, a lot more contemporary stuff. Since my high school days, I did a lot of violin playing in orchestras and stuff back in the day. But as I've been older, I've played techno violin. Hi, Newcastle fan. I'm on the tune. It's nice to have a fellow tune fan in here. I was also self-teaching myself French. I did French in school, but I'm not very good at it anymore. I can read French, but it's like when I started learning Chinese, it pushed all the French out my mind. And whenever I try and speak French, I get like 3 words of French out, and then it just switches to Chinese, my brain, that is. So I really commend people that speak more than one foreign language or other language. 2's enough for me. Oh, somebody's just left a tip. Thank you so much. Gabriel. Is it Gabriel? Do you have any ancestry other than Scottish? Irish. And that's about it. Thank you so much for that tip. A few years ago, I did an Ancestry.com test, and I was really excited to get the results back. I thought I was going to get a little bit of, I don't know, a wee bit of Italian sprinkled in there, maybe a bit of Spanish, maybe a bit of French, you know, got dark eyes and whatnot. And it came back 82% Irish, 18% Scottish, and that's it. I was like, what? I am so inbred. I was pretty disappointed, I'm not going to lie. But since then, that was a while ago. Because when you log in, sometimes they have updates depending on other people that have sent in their samples, and the larger the pool of samples, the more accurate they could be with their results. So I think I've got a wee bit of Northern Europe in there, just a teeny, like 1% or something. I think there was maybe a bit of English. But yeah, no, I'm pretty Scottish, pretty Irish, pretty Celtic. That's like all I listen to is techno-based music, says Mason. At least your old Chinese videos aren't getting that weird AI auto-translated dubbings that I've been hearing on YouTube lately. Yeah, it's because my Chinese isn't good enough. They're probably listening, or the AI's listening, thinking, what is this weird Scottish accent, hybrid kind of thing? Oh, hey Danielle. Nomad gave you a shout out earlier. I hope you had a nice day at work. Got to meet other crew for dinner, shorty. Thanks for 2 nights in a row. See you later, Ken. Always good to know you're better. Please keep these coming, pal. Will do. We've got the Maya and Miguel fan back. Practice make perfect. It's true, you look very Irish. Do you play any other instruments? No, not really. I could play a couple of chords on the guitar, and I know my way around a keyboard, but no, the violin is my instrument. Not inbred, but shortbread. Yes. ASMR shortbread. ASMR inbred. Yeah, I better stop saying that. I'm super exhausted at what's new. I hope you get some rest tonight. Hi, I feel ya. So 49% Central Chinese and 51% Southern Chinese. Yeah. But at least China's massive. China is massive. Scotland is very small. We've got like 5 million people. I was about to tell you a story, but I don't know if I should. I'm going to tell you. Don't judge me. It's not that bad. When I was 12, I joined the high school. So I went to a different high school than all my primary school friends. And I barely knew anybody. I was in a different part of the city. And my cousin went to the same high school. She was 2 years above me. And had been at the high school for maybe 2 months or something. And I was over at her house for a sleepover, and she said to me, so is there anyone in your class that you fancy, you know, being 12 years old and having girly chats? And I was like, well, yes, actually, there's this guy. And I was like, yeah, and his name, we'll call him Bob. And she was like, Bob, is his big brother Jake Smith? I'm just making up these names. And I was like, yeah, Bob's got a brother called Jake. And she was like, no. We're related to them. And I was like, what? So it turned out his granny is my mum's cousin. So his great-granddad is my great-great-uncle or something. No, his great-great-granddad is my great-uncle or something. Or the other way around. So it's quite far. It's like a bit of a distance, but still we'd be at the same funeral if certain family members passed away. So yeah, that didn't go anywhere. I was 12, so it's fine. And I don't even, I think he fancied me too, because we were in PE, in gym class. And in Scotland, you have to do Scottish country dancing as part of PE, as part of physical education. So you do it for like a block of 6 weeks every year. And I remember we were doing some Scottish country dancing, and I had the chance, and I was like, by the way, I just found out that we're related. And he was like, what? And he's like, oh, right, okay. That's how small Dundee is. Don't judge me. I know. But with distant family and stuff, you just don't know, do you? PE and history all in one. Look up Irish dating show on Saturday Night Live on YouTube. Are they all related as well? Honestly, Scotland is very small. Okay, I think I might do the green now. Dundee probably isn't that small though, lively city. The population's like 150,000 people in Dundee. I have more subscribers, which is cool. I swear if it turns out you're related at all, coming from the fellow Scot, that's the joke of the skit. My distant family's like all around the UK. Okay, there's this colour called permanent green, but it's a bit too bright. So what I'm going to do, because I want it to be more of a sage colour, I'm going to mix it with a wee bit of yellow. And I've got this yellow colour here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of white and brown. Let's give this a go. Colour mixing. I learned Scotland has 8 different dialects across country, and that's impressive. I didn't know that. If I ever travelled to Dundee, I'd be popular because I'm not related to anyone, probably. I sometimes wonder about that stuff too. My mum's side of the family is so big we don't even know who they all are. Yeah, to give you context, my mum is the youngest of 7. So it's a Catholic family. And big families. Catholic families tend to be big families in Scotland and Ireland, so it's hard to keep track. And I'd never met this side of the family. And I never met the great uncle or the great uncle. Don't judge me. Too funny, shortbread. Wow, I realise you have 188 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. My YouTube is 56 subs. Oh. What niche are you in? Sunshine colour. Permanent green, that must mean there is temporary green as well. I need to get some sleep. 10-hour shift in the morning, then I get to visit Dundee on Thursday for payday. Oh, happy days. Enjoy. Fun D. Say hello from me. I have a Shorty Fest, Dundee Fest on. They give you the keys to the city for Dublin tourism. There's a guy on Facebook who, he's a young lad, and he absolutely loves Dundee. He's from Dundee. And he has this Facebook page called Dundee Culture. And it's really growing in popularity. It's awesome. Has lots of followers, people from Dundee, but people from outside as well. And he posts daily. And it's bringing a lot of attention to the city. It's so nice to see. Oh, that sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Okay, this time I'm really going to go. Good night. Good night. There's a few people off. See you later, Kaylee. See you later, Batch. No, I haven't moved back to Dundee. No. I'm back in Scotland. I moved from Newcastle to Scotland, but I'm probably going to move back down to Newcastle. Yeah, I think I need to add a little bit of brown. It's still kind of moss green. Oh. I just found a copper, but I think that's a bit too bright. I'm going to add raw umber because it's kind of like, it's a muted brown, and I think a little touch is all that we need, and it seems like it's got cool undertone, so it's not going to be too bright or change the colour all that much. I think this is the one. Let's see. Howdy, how are you doing? Hiya. I'm grand. Having a lovely time. Ciao to you all. I hope you're good. Just want to say thank you for all your videos, time and effort you put into them. Your community adores you. And I adore you. I adore the wee corner of internet that we have here. Thank you, everyone. Do you know what the problem is? If I'm creating this colour, there's quite a lot of green that needs to be used. So I want to make sure I'm mixing enough, because see, trying to mix again and match the colour once you've created the colour and used it, it's a pain in the butt. To be honest, as much as I'm enjoying this stream, I will admit that the lighting is not optimal for painting. Oh dear. I'm going to try a little bit of white. That might be the one. I'll show you in a second. I'm just mixing like a little witch, mixing her potion. So I'm getting a bit silly now. I think after revealing that story to you, I'm exposed. Like, oh well, might as well just be unapologetically myself now you know that information. It's done. What's done is done. I'm using a lot of green. Chugs matcha. Oh yeah, I'm wearing like a moss green. This is my favourite sweater or jumper. It's very cosy. I actually bought it when I was in Belfast with my mum a few years ago. I just learned that my optimal colour palette for clothing was soft autumn. If you've ever done colour analysis on yourself. So I bought this jumper to start my... Oh, oopsie daisies. Oh no, I just knocked over the wee one. Did you hear that? It was like a bowling ball hitting a pin. Always be yourself, Joss, you know that. Oh, absolutely, I know. I know. It's too much effort being anyone else. Oh, I don't know if it's a bit too bright, but I can go over it again and mute it. I'm just trying to get rid of this gold at the moment because it really is glaring at me now. Thank you for helping me, everybody, at the beginning of the stream, because if I'd been on my own, I maybe would have just rolled with the gold. So thank you. Yeah, no, I think that's a little bit too bright still, but that's okay, because the good thing about acrylic paint is that once it's dry, you could paint over it pretty easily. It's not like oil when it's wet for a long time, and when you add paint to it, it just mixes with the other colour and creates like a muddy tone. But with acrylic, yeah, you can cover up pretty easily. The painting I did last year, actually, it ended up being like a figure, yeah, a pose, but it had been something else before. It had actually been two things. When I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, yeah, can you see that green? It's a little bit too bright. I'm going to have to mute it. Yeah. I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race a couple of years ago, and Bimini Bon Boulash was the queen that won. Or did she win? No, she didn't win, but she was doing really well, and I was enjoying it. It was like a lockdown show, one that I watched, and I started painting, but then I quickly grew out of RuPaul's Drag Race, not for any reason, but it was like 2 years later and I hadn't finished the painting, and I was like, it didn't look that great anyway. So I painted it over it completely and started again on the canvas, and then did the painting, and it was like a kind of muddy, dark, expressive piece, and then I realised the colours were a bit too boring, so I ended up completely changing it. I kept the same figure, the same pose, but completely changed the colour. So third time lucky. This might be the one, this muted brown colour. Y'all are amazing. Alarm in 4.5 hours. Oh, hey Gerben. So going to close my phone, but please keep going and let me fall with your soothing voice. Thank you so much for this. You're so welcome. It's 12:15. No, 11. 11:15. Heard the DeLorean car wasn't driven much, only from time to time. Is that a joke? Because I don't know a lot about cars. Material coral. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not the green for me. Oh. I'm a wee bit scared, actually. Nah, it's too dark now. It's the right the right colour palette. It's the right colour palette, but it's too dark. Let me add some soft beige and see if that brings it to the desired colour. Only 9,000 Delarenes were produced. What kind of car is it? Is it a big car or a little sports car thing? Hearing the time travel joke on my way to the fridge. The fringe was great. Oh, the time machine from Back to the Future is a... Oh, okay. I got you. I know what you're talking about now. Hello again, pal. Hello, Robert. Robert. Hope you're having a lovely day. And thanks for joining the stream. Yeppers Peppers. What's that from? Oh, I'm actually really struggling here. Do you see that? Yeah, I think it's needing a little bit more of a mix. Oh, this could be the one. It would have been handy if out of the 48 colours that I've got, one of them just happened to match, but no. Oh, I don't know about this one. Oh, maybe. No, actually, it's maybe good. Sorry, I'm now getting a little bit too engrossed. Come on. I know I was saying acrylic over acrylic covers pretty well, but I've almost got too much paint on this section now, so it's raised a little bit more than the rest. Because acrylic can be quite thick. Oh, thank you so much. The baddest mofo in Oz. Thank you. Thank you for that tip. Would you paint a real elephant and with what colours? I wouldn't paint a real elephant because it probably wouldn't be very happy with it. Unless it was a glamorous elephant, then maybe. But I think an elephant would be really cool, and like, if I wasn't doing this for my wee sister, if I was doing this for me, I would have used like a rich red, like a oh, I'm trying to think of the colour, like a slate colour. No, there's a particular type of red, not quite terracotta, but a bit more red than that. There's a special name for it. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I would have gone for maybe more rich colours. But my little sister, I think, will appreciate the more muted tones. Is this a replay? This is alive, Lee. We're live. It's alive. Paint on an actual elephant. Yeah, that was the question from the baddest mofo in Oz. Yeah, no, I don't think we'd be doing that, but like I say, I think a wee elephant would look fabulous in like a red colour. Okay, I'm going to show you. That seems to be... So we're going to have green here as well. And here. What do you think of that tone? Oh, watch. Do you think it works? I love the pillow with the eye in the background. Oh, I'm glad you do, because somebody earlier on said it was freaky and they didn't like it. But that's absolutely fine either way. But I'm glad you like it and not getting freaked out by it. Sorry, I'm just considering where to put the colours. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, James. Oh, James, I had the tiger. Oh, thank you again. Are the art museums beautiful in Scotland? They actually are, yes. In Dundee, you've got the McManus galleries. Oh, I'm scared. And I don't know if I've been to an art gallery in Glasgow. You have Kelvin Grove Art Gallery, and I've not been. But it's a beautiful building. It's near the university, near Kelvin Grove Park, which is a very beautiful park near the Botanic Gardens too. It's in the West End of Glasgow. And then Edinburgh, yeah, you've got a really beautiful building near the train station that has a wide range of traditional art as well as some modern art. And then I went to an art gallery in London for my birthday. That was really fun. Oh, I don't know how I feel. Oh, brr. I'm not sure. I think I should just, I need to be bold. Be bold, Josette. Be bold and brave with your choices. Pink and green's a nice colour combination anyway. It's unusual, but I think they sit on the opposite ends of the colour wheel, or close to it at least, and I think that kind of contrast could be very complementary in a way. Does that sound a bit of a contradiction? I really love the Irish accent. Oh, yeah, I'm from Scotland. Pink goes good with green. ASMR. Oh, are you an ASMR channel? I like that name, ASMR. Very wicked of you. Yeah, I've not seen Wicked 2 though, but I saw Wicked at the West End when I was younger and I loved it. I was a music theatre gal. I still am, but like when I was younger I was in shows and stuff. Like that's what I did in my spare time, music theatre clubs and things. And then when I was down in London for my birthday, I was taken to see Hamilton as a surprise. I had no idea. I told my boyfriend that I really wanted to go a couple of months ago because we were going to watch Hamilton, like the movie, but I didn't realise it was like just a recording of the stage performance. So when I turned it on, I thought, oh no, I want to just wait until I get the chance to see it either at the West End or if it's touring. So for my birthday I was taken to London, and the first night I was told to get ready and that I would be going out somewhere, and it was all kept a secret. And I had no idea I was going to Hamilton. I kind of, I thought to myself, oh, I wonder if we could squeeze in a visit to Hamilton while we're down here. And then we turned the corner when we were walking along the streets of London, and there it was, the theatre for Hamilton, and it was amazing. It's about the founding fathers of America, but It's a rapped musical, so the entire thing is rapped or sung. There's no speaking except from like maybe one or two lines for like dramatic emphasis or whatever. So it's kind of like an opera in a sense, because like an opera is just all sung, so this was just all rapped, like a rap version of an opera. It was brilliant. Very well done. The people on stage were all magnificent. It was an amazing birthday treat. So yeah, I love my music theatre. You're going to be popular. I wonder if Shorty ever visited the old wooden ship in Dundee. It's not just any old wooden ship. It's the Discovery ship. Actually, to be fair, there's two old wooden ships in Dundee. So there's the frigate Unicorn, which is, I think, the oldest still floating warship. I'm not sure if it's Europe or wherever. Maybe, I don't know if I'd say the world. That might be a bit too much of a statement. But it's doing well for itself. Basically, this warship. It's still floating in the docks. You can get you can go on it and you could get married on it. I remember seeing that they had like an event package on this boat, and then there's this other ship called the Discovery, and then that's in the main area of Dundee when you come out the train station. It's on the River Tay, so it's actually in the river, or kind of. Actually, no, I think it's just, it looks like it's on the river, but it's in like this little area, just keeping it safe from the river currents. And it was a ship that used to, it was a whaling ship. It'd go out and go up to the Arctic and get blubber from the whales. And there was an expedition, and tragically, I think, people lost their lives. They got stuck for some time in the snow. This was a long time ago. I think it might have been like 19, I don't know, the beginning of the 20th century, I think. It's very cool. Dundee has a lot of rich history. I do love my wee Dundee. I'm a theatre girly too. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. This is the highlight of my day. I've been excited all day because I streamed last night and genuinely had the most fun. It was great, and I thought, well, I've still got lots of painting to do. Let's crack on tonight. Actually, I'm really feeling the screen. Oh yeah. Oh no. I almost dropped it on the mic. That's quite cute, isn't it? I'm going to put it along here, and then I'll put it along here, and it'll come together. It'll come together. Come together right now over me. I wonder if Shorty ever visited. Oh, sorry, I'm still stuck at that message. My favourite thing about Dundee is always getting lost and having to go across the bridge, only to come over it right back again. Oh, as a driver, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. The road can send you over the bridge, and then you're like over it before you knew what happened. Hello from America. Hello, hope you're well. Whereabouts in the States are you? Yeah, I'm enjoying myself, Danielle, I really am. Though my back's not having a very good time. I will be doing a wee bit of bedtime yoga after this stream. I love the cosy vibes. Thank you, Alex. You must be so proud. You mean of Dundee? There's definitely a love that I feel for the city. I feel like I've got a few homes though. Like, it's my hometown, but Newcastle feels like a home to me. And I guess, I mean, Glasgow does feel pretty homely. And then when I lived in China, I lived in Dalian, which is in the northeast, and I have a love for that city too. Put lacquer on it to make it shine. I'm going to put, varnish on it afterwards and give it a nice sheen. Have you ever travelled internationally or have a place you'd like to visit? Yeah, I was asked this last night, so I'm lucky enough to have travelled a wee bit. I'd like to go to Jamaica. I said last night I'd like to check out Kenya as well, because I've never been to any countries in Africa. So that would be cool. I've never been to any countries in South America either. So I'd like to tick that off one day soon. But it's great being from the UK because travel to other countries in Europe is so accessible. So that's definitely a bonus. Oh, thank you, Kieran, that's very kind. What are we painting here? A little elephant. It's getting quite warm. I just looked at myself and I've got rosy cheeks. I'm actually quite hot at the moment. I've got the radiator on. It was making a lot of crackle sounds at the beginning of the stream, but it's calmed down now. It's been cold here in Scotland. I had a little bit of relief yesterday. It got up to 9 degrees Celsius, but then today it went right back down again. And I went for a walk and my hands were cold because I was answering a text message, and then I popped my hands back in my pockets. I've got a scarf that has pockets. It's the best thing ever. And I just shuffled along home in the cold. How is your twin sister? Been doing good, I hope? Yeah, she's doing really good. She's about to head off to the Philippines in a few days. She's going on holiday with a friend. I think it's the Philippines she's going to. South America is beautiful. Oh yeah, I'm sure. And the food and the music and the warmth. Yeah. I'd like to visit Guyana actually, which is not the same but close. The kind of area. I've got a friend from there, one of my closest friends. I met her in China, and it's funny actually. It's a small country, Guyana. I think it only has a population of like 500,000 or something. But my best friend from China is from there, and she lives there. And my best pal in Newcastle is half Guyanese. So I thought it was quite a funny wee coincidence that the two people I'm very close to are from such a small little place on the other side of the world. It's nice. I must admit, I haven't been to any further north than Edinburgh yet. I just realised Dundee is close to Glamis Castle. Yes, it is close to Glamis Castle. I'm not sure if that's where Macbeth is set. I couldn't tell you. Very possibly. Very possibly. I'm going to head out. Love you, Josette. Oh, sending lots of love, Kaylee. You started replying to the video comments with the new voice reply feature, says Drowsy Corgi ASMR. Yes, that's right. What's the response been like? think generally people seem to quite like it. They like the personal touch. Though I will admit, the first couple of voice messages I sent, so there's this new reply function, for those of you who don't know, where I can reply to comments and leave a voice note. So when I first realised this, I was sat, it was like a random morning, and I was on the studio app on the phone, the YouTube studio app, and I saw this function to reply with my voice note, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. So I started replying, but I was so enthusiastic, I was like shouting down the phone, like, thank you so much. Because I was so excited, and I think it was a bit jarring at that time for some people. First of all, they didn't expect a voice note from me, and secondly, it was the most un-ASMR voice note I could have given them. So I think, yeah, the initial response wasn't as positive, but a few people did say, like, oh, that was a bit scary. So then for my next voice notes, I kind of kept the tone similar to the way I'm speaking right now, and I think that's a little bit more in keeping with the vibe of the channel. But yeah, what do you all think? Do you like the new voice note feature? Is it a bit weird? I'm trying my best not to sound mechanical in it, because I know, like, with voice notes, you could thread that. I don't know. There's that worry, I guess, that it sounds a bit forced. But I'm trying to be as natural as possible in the voice notes, and yeah. What are you painting today? Sweet elephant. Yeah, I'm liking the green. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? There's Spanish Guyana and Venezuela, there's English Guyana, there's Dutch. Oh. Hey from Australia, loving the streams vibe. Cheers for the relaxing vibes at work. You are so welcome. I hope you're having a good day down under. I lived in Australia for 10 months when I was 18, 19. I had a great time, but I've not been back since. I loved it. Okay, thank you for the geography history lesson there. I didn't know that about all the different Guyanas. My friend is from the one near the Caribbean. Georgetown. That's where she's from. How much of the chat did you miss? You missed 2.5 hours. I'm probably going to come off pretty soon, because I'm tired and my back is actually getting a wee bit sore. Yeah, hunching. Oh. Have you ever been to the USA or any part of North America, and if so, what part did you visit? I've only been to Orlando. I've been twice. I went when I was 12. My dad took me and my sister, my twin, and then when I was 14 we went back again. We went in April the first time, and then October the second time, and we just hit all the theme parks, as you can imagine. You know, it was a Disneyland holiday. But what I loved about the October trip was it was Halloween themed, and over in the USA you all know how to throw a Halloween party, don't you? So it was very fabulous and extravagant, and Universal Studios theme park turned into like this big haunted house over the Halloween period. I had the time of my life. I loved it. But that's all I've seen of the the US of A. I'd like to do a road trip, like a whole camper van situation. I think that'd be awesome, experiencing it that way. But I might have to get my driving licence first before I take on that adventure. I'd love to visit Canada in the winter when it's snowing. Yeah, I'd like to visit Canada too. I've got some extended family there. British Canada's a great choice for English speakers. Have you been to... Yeah, sorry. I like the way you pause when you talk sometimes. I'm glad. Oh, back at it with the elephant. Yeah, I barely got anything done last night. My wee sister's actually coming through to Glasgow on today's Tuesday, on Thursday. And today's Tuesday. And I actually don't think I'm going to get these finished unless I just spend all day tomorrow doing it, because the thing is, I need to varnish it and leave it to set for a day at least once it's been painted. And she doesn't know that she's getting painted elephants, so if I go and see her and I'm like, yeah, sorry, I don't have your present, and her birthday was on the 8th, so I'm already behind. Whoops. But hey, I don't want to rush it either. 2 nights in a row. Who are you? Who are you? I mean, it might be 3 nights in a row. Actually, I don't know if my back could take it, to be honest. I'm also Glaswegian, but I live in London. I hope you're enjoying it down in the big smoke. I like London. I like how vibrant it is, and there's always something going on. Painted elephant. Sounds like a song. A slang. Oh, slang. All right. There's no more painting to do. Does that mean another live session? Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm going to get going now, though. Yeah, do a wee bit of stretching, some yoga, and then bedtime. But thank you so much for hanging out with me again. And for those of you who have been with me for 2 nights in a row, then well done. You deserve a badge. It's almost midnight, I know. Yeah, it's definitely bedtime. Thanks for the time you take care. Oh, thanks, Nomad. Right, I'm going to say goodnight, and I hope you'll have a lovely sleep or rest of your day, whatever you're up to. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Sleep tight, everyone.